In today's video, the Bank of Canada announced no increase in interest rates and rates will remain as is for now. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, this is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and Remax Realtron Realty Inc. As always, back with another video for you guys here today. In today's video, we're going to discuss some interesting topics, some timely topics in terms of the BOC's rates. But before we get into the point of today's video, as always, you can find my contact information with regards to my Gmail, Instagram, office information, and of course my TikTok as well. Go feel free to find me on those social media platforms and follow me for different types of content, or get in touch with me with any questions you may have with regards to anything discussed in this video or any general inquiries whatsoever. And lastly, quickly, feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review. And that's that. Let's get to the point of today's video, wherein we're going to look at a couple of topics as mentioned off the top. And first and foremost, the most timely topic announced at the date of recording of this video, and you're probably watching it the day of actually, is with regards to the BOC's interest rate announcement, the Bank of Canada. The Bank of Canada announced that variable rates will remain as is, and currently as is means obviously 0.25%. Obviously, this is after months of speculation, articles, chatter, online, in person, of people assuming a rate hike was coming, not unjustified as well, right? There was a lot of teasing going on the BOC side of things as well, but there was months of speculation that we would see, with regards to the announcement made today, January 26th, some sort of rate hike. But obviously, once again, that is not the case. Now, of course, a rate hike does not just impact real estate, but of course, one of the primary impacts of borrowing rates, lending rates is real estate. And this is a real estate channel with regards to Toronto real estate. Thus, I can't help but to interpret any news with regards to rates, with regards to the real estate market. And of course, rates are looked at as an instrument and primary cause by some people as to why the housing markets within the city of Toronto, within Ontario at large, has skyrocketed in terms of prices and being so seller friendly and buyer unfriendly. We have seen record prices, as I've established on this channel time and time again, whether looking at year over year, month over month, comparing 2 years to the previous 2 years for different property types, detached, semis, townhomes, condos. Go feel free to watch all those videos for the more minutia. Point is, on a grand scheme of things, it's established prices have skyrocketed. We are looking at all-time highs for certain property types in certain areas. And when we look at the TREB resale market report on a monthly basis, we are dealing with average sold prices that are, without exaggeration, at all-time highs. Thus, as a result, rates are looked at as one of the primary causes, because when borrowing rates are low, there's more buyers involved in the market. That, in combination with a shortage of inventory, of course, is a perfect mixture, a perfect stew, for lack of a better analogy, of causing increase in housing prices and demand. Low borrowing rates in of themselves, when there is ample supply, would not necessarily cause the upward push we have seen on prices, but low borrowing rates along with a lack of supply, well, that's just a perfect mixture. And we're anticipating a very hot spring market, of course, as a result of this. Obviously, already, once again, we've touched on the low supply. It was already gonna be somewhat of a hot spring market, but most people were factoring in even a rate hike. Now, having provided no rate hike, in combination, once again, of the lack of supply continuing, is looking like it's going to be a very unfortunate spring market for buyers, but very good spring market for sellers. And at the time of recording of this video in January 26th, it's not as if prices haven't seen an immense jump as it is, right? In my previous weekly condo market update, or two editions ago, I made clear that the average sold price across condominiums in the city of Toronto is up substantially. At that time, it was 17 days into the new year. And I'm not just speaking from the quantitative. On this channel, I like to combine the quantitative, the numbers, the analysis, with the qualitative, which is my experience as a real estate agent working for buyers and sellers on a daily basis. On the selling side of things, currently at the moment of this recording video, I have 2 condominiums up for sale. Both have been on the market for less than a total cumulative 3 days. One of them has, at the time of recording of this video, been on the market for 2 full days. The other has been on the market for 1 full day. And we have already sold the one that has been on the market for 2 full days at $30,000 above asking price. And the one that has been on the market for not even a full day, almost a full day, we already received an offer that was well above asking, and we did not proceed with it because we're holding offer presentation dates. And to be very quite honest with you, which is what I try to do on this channel, when rates remain low, it is frankly better for my business. It means there's more buyers that can potentially work with me, and I can help them purchase what they want at a reasonable price without them overpaying or making a mistake. And of course, there's more competition for my sellers, and I can do better work for my sellers because there's more buyers. So at the end of the day, when rates remain low, it's good for my business, but I frankly think overall it's bad. I do really believe that rates should not, in terms of obviously variable in this instance, remain low as it is. And in that sense, although my personal business interests obviously are positively affected by low rates, at the end of the day, I would frankly prefer if the rates were hiked a bit for the overall betterment of the economy. Now, in terms of general advice to buyers in today's market, right? And once again, if you're a buyer and you've worked with me or you've reached out to me, and to the viewers out there, I always preface it by saying I'm talking to a general audience. When I sit down and speak to someone, look at your rates, look at your finances, look at your borrowing ability, look at your criteria, end user versus investor, your timeline. There might be different particulars with you, but generally speaking, this applies to most people. If you are looking to purchase a condominium, not just in downtown Toronto, but overall, I would suggest more than ever, be as stringent as possible in terms of who you work with regards to a real estate agent. Ideally speaking, you and your agent should do your due diligence and homework in terms of entering a bidding war only if it's the right property. And I'd say 8 to 9 out of the 10 things you want out of a condominium are met with that option. Then sure, go into the bidding war, do your due diligence with regards to the status of certificates, and make sure you have your financing order. And once again, do your homework and don't overpay too much. Or ask your agent if they have any exclusives, anything off market. Make them work for you, right? Because ultimately we are here to work for you. We can't just always take you what's on market. We have to obviously use our connections and network. For those of us who are lucky enough to have multiple connections and network, and try to find you things that are off the market. So more than ever, buyers should practice caution in today's market. And if you do not have the capacity to do that, or if you're flexible in terms of timeline, I would most likely advise you to maybe wait when the market is not lower in terms of prices, because I don't see prices dipping, but lower in terms of competition. Diminished competition is a separate thing than diminishing prices. Anyways, that's Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and Remax Realtron Realty. As always, you can find my contact info in the description box. Feel free to get in touch with me. Link to my newsletter is also in the description box. You can sign up for my newsletter for market stats, pre-cons, and what we do on a daily basis. Lastly, feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and stay tuned. Thank you.